Joey, I've got to start with you, as you're next to me. Obviously, you made the news yesterday, released by Burnley. Given the ban, what does that mean? Is that it for you in football?
I don't know. The ban's so severe that you don't know when it's going. You're looking at it going, can your body, absorb that kind of a punishment? But there's also a side of me that thinks, fuck them, and I'll get back from this. So that is the overriding emotion. But they think they're doing me. It's my own fault. So it's my own stupidity that's led to it. So you have to take it on the chin. And what happened in the last 24 hours puts things in perspective. And we get a bit self-absorbed at times. And there's more to life than football.
Well said, Jonathan. Nick Compton touched on it about how you have written this book on addressing mental issues in cricket. Seems this happens a lot in cricket. Is that because cricket is it's in such a good place that players feel the ability to come out and talk about mental issues, where, say, in football, we see Aaron Lennon, and there's a big shock and it's a big surprise. But is cricket different in that way?
I think perhaps with the PCA and the great work that they do, you have the opportunity and you feel comfortable. You have the support as well. Perhaps we feel very supported, and I'm not sure other sports feel like that, and they could be honest and open about things and get the support that they need. So it's important that you feel like you have the backing and you got the right people around you, I suppose, in that sort of case.
Sure. Joe, every time I've spoken to you or I've seen you interviewed on the telly, people are always asking you about drug taking of competitors of yours. So writing this book, did it feel a way for you to put the record straight for your sport?
Yeah, definitely, and also just to talk about how much I've enjoyed the sport. You hear all the negative stories, and to have the opportunity to tell the story of my journey from being a schoolgirl athlete to finally getting the gold when I least expected it, being over the age of 40 and being a busy mum, coming back from having a baby, and really getting to that stage in my life, that actually worked for me, having that sort of balance and juggling things. I actually thought I was doing everything right when I was younger, going on training camps all over the world, but that busy life and being older and having that balance actually worked for me, and it was really exciting, and I'm very flattered that anyone would have any interest in me telling my story, so I enjoyed the process.
And what about you, Greg? Because reading your book, there's some tough stuff in there. What made you want to write it?
I think my journey was very different to probably how a lot of people always perceived me. Whenever I spoke or met people, they had this idea that it was very different to how it has been. And I found it very interesting after London that automatically people said, you're just some posh boy who's done well. Well, I came from a very, very basic upbringing, probably quite an unconventional one as well, and was fortunate enough to make it in a sport that I absolutely love. So I thought it was really, really important to actually get that across. And do you know what as well? I was a bit of an idiot for a large part of my teens. I did a few very naughty things. And I think a lot of kids go through that process, but then they think that's it, you're stuck on that path. I made some fundamental changes and then come out the back of it, and here I am now, sort of thing.
Smoothly to you, Joey. You like a tweet. Okay, but that's interesting. But so how much harder was it having to expand from 140 characters to do this?
Well, you have to ask Mike. Fantastic patience. I think he transcribed about 800,000 words. I'm not really one who's shy of a conversation, and we range from everything from stuff to do with me to stuff that I was sticking my nose in about religion with Mike that had absolutely nothing to do with me. So I drove him mad, drove the publishers mad. Eventually we ended up with a great book, and obviously, it's a fascinating process. You think you know yourself, and then you put it down in black and white, and you realise that the stuff that you've put away in a box, never to be visited, and the skill of the author is to prize that out here, and Mike done a phenomenal job on that.
On that note, Joe, do you feel better having written this book, or different?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the process and being able to look back over your memories from your life and thinking about all the ups and downs along the way. You have the opportunity to really take stock and think, wow, I'm really pleased I got to this point and overcame the obstacles, but also all the enjoyment I've had, all the, you talk about the drug issues, but I look at my career as all the experiences and overcoming challenges and all the wonderful wonderful people I've met along the way. And I think I finally achieved the medal when I was at a point where I got experience in life. I was very happy in my personal life, and that taught me a big lesson, really. So, yeah, I enjoyed going back over the journey, and I was very honoured to have the opportunity to do that, definitely.
Greg, I get why someone's a cricketer or a runner or a footballer. Why is anyone a long jumper? How do you start to be a long jumper?
Part of the problem is nowadays there are no other long jumpers, it seems. Failure, to be honest. I wanted to be a football player. I love playing a bit of rugby. I played every sport and gave every sport a go and just kept going until I found the one I could win at. As a kid, I was obsessed with winning. I was always that one. We got pictures at home. We'd go on a football tour and we'd finish second or third. And I'd be the one on the end crying because I was just desperate to win. And I found with an individual sport that I could do that. And jumping into sand as it currently stands is what defines me. And it's a funny job. I mean, it's a weird job, really. I run in a straight line, I land in a sand pit. Children do it. I mean, it's very, very simple and fundamental. But it's a niche physical activity that I think I've done quite well out of.
This is deeper than it probably sounds, but does cricket make you happy?
Yeah, certainly it does. It's something I've wanted to do from the age of 3, and a lot of people, don't get to do what they grow up dreaming of doing. So it has its ups and downs, just like any sports. Like all of us up here have had our good days and our bad days. So, but the opportunity to put it down on paper and also get a bit of closure as well from an international career. When you have to give up the game, it is a bit of a thing that takes you through the middle, you would say, and to be able to have a story, first of all, that people would like to read and you feel is worthy of putting down on paper is a huge honour, and to be able to have done something, but being very proud of something, like being at an award evening like this is amazing, but being very proud of what I've achieved and being able to put that down in a book is special.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous panel. Jonathan Trott, Greg Rutherford, Joe Pavey, and Joey Barton. Thank you very much.